Coach, first NHL goal for Kobe. I know we've talked to you a lot. How much have you seen him grow just in these first few games, and how excited were you?
Yeah, I'm happy for him. I like seeing those guys get rewarded, and OC, like Ivan got his the other night, Kobe tonight, OC gets on the board. We need that, chip-in scoring from the rest of our lineup. And he's done a nice job, though. He's a competitive guy, likes to make plays, can play with some offensive guys, and you see that whether he's making the play or on the receiving end of it. He's got good instincts around the net.
There was a lot of movement in the top six throughout the game. What were you looking for? What did you like or not like?
There was only one movement, is flip the centers. Yeah, I mean, that because our first line was struggling to get something going, on the offensive side of it, and then spending too much time in the D zone. Seemed like they were kicking the puck around, so I flipped the centers. Didn't work either, and then flipped them back at the end of the game. So I'm not going to leave it the same. Like, I like to leave it, let them work through it, and then if they can't for whatever reason, it's just not their night, and I'll let it go a little while longer and then try something else.
How do you make sense of losing 4 and then winning 5?
I mean, we learned a lot of lessons in those 4. I think. I talked to our guys about this. It happens all the time. It's not exclusive to us. It happens all the time. When you're losing and you feel like you're not playing well, and you start digging in to start playing better, and it's the attention to detail and the buy-in, the commitment that it takes to win, just doing everything harder and cleaner, and you're digging into every aspect of your game. So when you develop those habits and it comes around for you, you get a little confidence back. It tends to go that way, And I think the guys did a really nice job. It didn't take them 4 games to get there, but we were a little bit unlucky in some of those 4. The Islander one is the one that stood out to me that I didn't like, and I was expecting a different response from our group, and then we started to get it after that, and we've been winning. So that's one big aspect, is the team buy-in and the commitment to play the right way and do what it takes in order to win, even though it's hard. It's not fun all the time, and goaltending is a big part of it too.
So it can happen the opposite way too. You can get too comfortable.
Yeah, you start to play. I don't think that was the case tonight, but you start to play, you get results when you're not necessarily earning them, and you got to, sometimes, even though you're saying it as a staff or as a leadership group or whatever it is, you can get the mentality like it's fine, we're winning, we'll be fine, and then the bad habits creep into your game, and then you need the wake-up call, someone beating you up pretty good, and then you get back to what it takes. Long season, so it's hard to stay just sharp and 100% all the time.
You get 2 goals in the final minute of each period, the first and the second. I think it's the 5th time that's happened this year where you're scoring in the final minute of a period. Is that something you care about? I mean, are you just happy that they score no matter what?
Just happy that they score no matter what. I mean, timely, there's certain times when goals mean a lot, like when a team's pushing you hard and you're able to, so I really liked our first period. I thought we could have built a 2-3 goal lead in the first with some of the chances we had. We had some really good ones again at the beginning of the second and some extended shifts, and then our game kind of went away. It's like we didn't everyone had their own playbook after that, so our execution was poor, and then we spent more time in the zone, then the frustration built in, and then I didn't think we checked with the commitment that we needed to for portions of the second half of the game. Not all the time, and we worked hard, but our attention to detail and our execution of our plan in the second half of the game was not good. But to get, a couple big goals, short period of time in the third period, obviously they turned out to be huge.
When it was still a 2-0 game, Malinsky and Makar swapped briefly. What were you looking for?
Well, Taser and Makar were struggling. So Sam was having a great night, so we just decided to flip the pair. Same as with the first and second line.
Talked a lot tonight with not playing so well the last couple home games, and was there more pressure coming in, wanting to ride that high from the road wins?
I think you're always, as a coaching staff, you're always trying to get the urgency out of the players, right? And so whatever storyline you choose. Like for us, we've battled all the way back to 500, right? Now we have an opportunity to start building games above 500 with a win tonight. If you lose, you don't have that opportunity again until at least 2 games. So, I think it's important that you're, finding motivation to keep you playing. And you always have a certain motivation. Is this what you do for a living? But I think like anything else that you can add on top of that, making this a difficult place to play, having a good start, getting above 500 and start building that, I think is important to our team. It's where we have to go to.
You didn't, your top guys have carried the offense for much of the season, but you didn't like how they played tonight, and you still scored 5 goals.
Yeah, and they were dangerous all over the ice at times, and they got us some big goals. It just wasn't like, it wasn't an amazing game by those guys. They all did good things, and they were fighting it a little bit, mostly the execution side of it. Like I think there was plays to be made through the first 40 minutes that we didn't make, we didn't see, we didn't execute, and that can frustrate skilled players, and rightly so, because you're seeing opportunities where you can go on the attack and create good scoring chances, and then the play never gets to you. Like we were a little slow and methodical today when I felt like we should have been speeding it up, but it didn't look like we had great legs either after coming off the road and a day off. So it is what it is, like hopefully usually this team's better on the second night, like that we kind of get in the groove a little bit tonight and we respond better tomorrow, and hopefully that's the case.
With all the guys that you've been missing up front, it seems like Casey Middlestat's been the one that's always playing with the rookies, or Nate and Mikko are together, so he's the one playing with guys like Logan O'Connor.
Yeah.
And he still has 12 points in 9 games. I guess, is there like an extra excitement to know that like, hey, he's eventually going to be playing with Lekin and Val, Drew, and guys like that?
Yeah, there is, because and even before that, just to have him for last year, and then see the work he put in for this summer. We know there's another gear this guy can find, another step he can take in his game, like his complete game, but what's going to follow is the production, right? And he's a super talented guy, and he sees things that other guys can't see, and he makes plays that other guys can't make. And I think you get him in the right mix, whatever that chemistry is, to be determined. I'm open to anything in our top 6, top 9, and hopefully at some point we're going to get a bunch of guys that are going to make those decisions difficult, and then also make us stronger throughout the lineup. But I'm excited for what he can do. Those 2 guys are doing a nice job. That's been a really consistent line for us, OC and Covey. It's a different ball game though. Again, when you start adding guys like Drew and Landy, Val, Lecky in there, it'll be interesting to watch, and it'll take some experimentation, I think, to find not just a line that works for him, but all 3 I want to be able to work, or all 4.
First back-to-back of this season, of course, riding a 5-game win streak, things are going well, but is there anything you want to see cleaned up in time for tomorrow's game?
Oh yeah, there's lots. Yeah, well, I just kind of explained most of it. So it's about being predictable to ourselves and playing our style, and then executing that style. Like it's a similar team again tomorrow. They're dangerous offensively. They're greatly improved on the defensive side of it. Same as Ottawa, and yeah. So, and there's a lot of similar characteristics to the way they play. Like I've already looked at Chicago. So to be prepared for tomorrow. So a lot of the same messaging that we had tonight will go for tomorrow, and I know our guys will want to be better than that.
Thank you.